Gordie,
You big moose.
and Wilhelm
The grumpy gnome.
in the morning.
Well, hey there, I'm Gordie.
And I'm Wilhelm.
And
Good morning.
welcome to Gordie and WIllhelm in the morning. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. Big brouhaha today for the little one, so gonna enjoy this mellow chat and chatting with you before pandemonium in my home. So
Well, it's like you said, though, I mean, the last couple of years, people haven't really had the chance to celebrate like we normally would. So
yeah.
I think one day of chaos is worth it.
Oh yeah. It'll be worth it. I just hope the kiddos behave.
Yeah. Just shove them all in the bouncy house, put up a barricade.
Oh. Morning, Dr.
Excuse me.
Mom. Good morning, Shan.
Well, so what's your week been like, man?
Well, let's see. Last night was pretty fun, eh?
Yeah.
It was a pretty good game. I mean, shit, a lot of it was plot driven.
Yeah, it was. I was talking to Pat this morning. He asked me how the game went. I told him we had like 2 hours of RP, 30 minutes of combat, and then another 30 minutes of RP to close it out.
Yeah, it was perfect.
So, told him about the treasure that we found.
Oh yeah, that we can talk about.
Interesting to learn what frog people consider treasure, I suppose.
Well, like Creon said, like after 2 weeks in the frickin' jungle, that camping set looks like the frickin' Marriott. Like, just
Well, true. But I guess we'll have to find out how big the tents are. Like, are they 2-man tents? Are they 4-man tents? Because he just told us that there was 2 tents, 4 chairs, and a camp table.
yeah.
So, I mean, I guess if you tried to deduce 4 chairs, 2 tents, they're 2-man tents, 4 people. I don't know. So, I mean, we still need at least 1 more tent if we want everybody to be sheltered. Well, no, not necessarily, because we do 2 on a watch.
Yep.
So you just rotate out.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. I mean,
Yeah.
Musha Reeves used to sleeping out under the stars. The cleric, like, we're escorting you. Deal with it. Oh.
Well, I think Limp would probably be okay sleeping outside too. He just retreats into his shell and conks out.
Yeah, he's already got his own hotel.
Yeah.
A lucky bugger.
So, I mean, it's a pretty good game. I mean, a good bit of RP, especially with Creon and Simber.
Was that okay? I felt it ran a little long. It didn't run a little long?
I don't think so. Maybe the reason it felt a little long, I think you threw Tim off with your story.
Oh.
Because, like, you know, when you were telling your story, he was looking through papers. So I don't know if he was trying to figure out, like, where's he coming up with this shit? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he scrambled for... Because he doesn't keep digital notes. He prints everything off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like even our backstories, I'm pretty sure he prints off and keeps paper copies. So he was looking for my backstory specifically.
Yeah.
Or guess I should say our backstory. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you know, scrambling a little bit, and then, you know, I think once he realized what you were doing, then it was just a matter of him trying to figure out how he was going to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think it took too long. And I mean, the other thing is, like, you know, we've had conversations before about equal playtime for players and stuff. And so, Creon got, 10 or 15 minutes or whatever of RP time in last night's session. And so, next week, somebody else gets a really good RP conversation going. And then, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think you should feel like you took anything away from everybody, because I think that everybody should get that opportunity,
Okay, good.
So
I'm just always, whenever I step up to do something, I'm always like, okay, quick, don't take too long, but
yeah,
I have no, Creon's not, Mr. Chatterbox. He's not suave, charismatic guy. I'm like, okay, when I designated artist for my watch, I'm like, okay, how the frig am I gonna get him to talk about why the hell he's in the jungle?
right.
I'm like, the only thing I can think of is be completely honest with why I'm here, open up and see what happens, and it worked. So
yeah. Yeah, and it's always tricky, I think, when, because Tim, I think there were a couple times where Tim was hinting at how much truth are we willing to tell, and hinting at the fact that if you guys are honest, then maybe Simba will be too.
Yep.
But then as players, we're always like, well, we don't want to tell this guy what we're doing, because then he could stab us in the back.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of a balance you have to find, I suppose. So, and like last night, your choice about giving him that copy of that deal to so he knew where the place was that we're headed, but not showing him our actual map. You know what I mean? So it's that balance of, here, I'll give you a slice of bread, but you can't have the whole loaf.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it worked out. And you got a couple. That last hit in that combat, you got, what'd you do, 16 damage?
19.
19. As a level 3 ranger.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you figure, because my bow does 1d8 plus 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then a d6 hunter's mark.
Mm-hmm.
And a d6 from the swarm.
Mm.
So, it was almost max damage.
Ooh.
So, yep. And yeah, when they started running, I was like, I don't have to move, because my bow's got 150 feet?
Yes, 150 or 120, I can't remember yet.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, you're sitting there like Legolas, yay, run, yeah. Go ahead, run, little to the left. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. So.
Well, I swear, sometimes when you shoot and you use your swarm, I picture, one little scorpion runs out onto your arrow, sits there, puts a little flight cap on, gives you the thumbs up with a claw, and just rides it.
Well, and I've never really described it, I guess, but in my head, what I see is it's almost like the arrow leads the swarm. So, as soon as the arrow is loosed, the swarm, because they kind of encircle my body, right? So, as soon as the arrow is released, you can just see this swirl of scorpions go around my body, and everything from the back comes forward and just creates this, swirls around me and then just shoots out and just follows the arrow.
So the magic of the swarm creates a little mini vortex using the momentum of the arrow to bring a little corkscrew tornado of scorpions as it flies.
Right. And so then the arrow hits, and as soon as the arrow hits, you got this swarm that, comes in and almost impacts where the arrow did. And then as soon as it impacts, it just expands and engulfs that creature in scorpions.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then, so I think the difference with that would be a ranged attack, and then with a melee attack, like Tim will always put me in melee if he gets a chance. But I take the mace and as soon as I swing the mace down, as long as I hit, then I kind of see the swarm dropping to the ground, uncovering me, dropping to the ground, and then just kind of in one motion they go down and then go across and just climb up the body of the other person, engulfing them. So
that's awesome. Well, and like when you got that kill last night and Tim said the scorpions go into a frenzy and strip it, I pictured like those old Looney Tune cartoons when the Tasmanian devil tornado comes, hits someone and goes away and they're left in their underwear.
Yeah.
I'm picturing scorpions, and then they leave and it's just a skeleton and it just collapses. Like, oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, I love your character so much. Oh, well. I just want second level spells, man. So bad.
Yeah.
Because, I thought... Because as soon as I get second level spells, I'm getting Ram's Binding Ice. That's...
Right.
Duh.
Right.
But I'm torn between getting Scorching Ray, which Tim's allowing me to change to a cold variant. So probably like Icicle Lance or something. Or getting Knock. Because we don't have a rogue in the party.
Yeah.
And Knock, it's burning a second level spell. But if we need to open something or unlock something...
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Pat asked, why scorpions? You feel asleep with the mummy on, didn't you?
Fell asleep with the mummy on, didn't you? Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
The original
Why did I choose scorpions? Well, to be honest, the reason I chose scorpions, I've always had a fascination with scorpions. And it may have something to do with the fact I'm a Scorpio. I don't know, but
that'll do it.
No, I think scorpions are just, I think they're awesome little creatures, man. They're fierce and they're mean when they have to be. And I don't know, it's just like, if they don't even have to fight that much, right? Like they just have to be nimble enough to maneuver, quick strike with the tail, and then just wait. And you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I've just always been fascinated with them, and I have a huge scorpion tattoo. So I don't know. Just everything kind of fit, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I guess I felt like there's a lot of normal, average, or cliche types of things that people do in D&D, and I mean no disrespect to anybody, but I think scorpions are kind of one of those that you don't see or hear a lot about when people are doing those kinds of things. So it's trying to be a little different, I guess. So,
yeah, your character is definitely completely unique. Like usually when people go shifter, they think werewolf, were-tiger, were-rat, were-bear, and you're like, nah, scorpions, motherfucker. I love it.
Well, and I think there's the, which I won't go into detail because there are, well, at least one person that's in that game currently listening and watching. So, but the way to kill those from my clan, I think that's different. You know what I mean? And so I think it just kind of added to the element of the shifting properties and that kind of stuff. So
love it.
Well, we've got the Welcome to Mintarn videos up on YouTube.
Yup. That was a culture shock. Like we were not expecting any of that.
Yeah, definitely a different culture. And the descriptions of some of the places, like when Garen tried to go into, I don't have my notes in front of me, the gnome and dwarf bar.
Yeah.
um,
Okay, I'll go in. And he barely fits.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was an extremely interesting episode, just in the fact that we took a job, and then I think the majority of us anyway expected to go to Mintarn and find a fairly desolate type place that was just being scavenged or overrun or whatever by this insane beast. And no, that's not at all what's going on. So
No, I was picturing like Pirate Island, only under siege. You come in and it's like frickin' bureaucracy. Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, you're giving us money? Oh, okay. I mean, I'll take it. But
Yeah. I guess I have to remember. Pat said I'm tempted to make a swarm keeper that uses sea monkeys.
oh my god, little Triton.
I got to remember that I've got that money available to me because I didn't take mine.
Gordie was going to take
up
yours.
front. Huh?
Gordie was going to take yours.
I'll take WIllhelm's too. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not how this works.
Try. If you don't want it, I mean, I'm on vacation here, but so.
Well, and I will say too, I don't know if our DM's going to watch this or not, but there's a reason I didn't take that money. There's a reason that I left it in the bank.
I figured.
So, and remember too, there's some things going on with WIllhelm right now. So, yeah, kind of in a moment of being a bit more of an asshole towards people. So,
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. So what else? Of course, Terrorless ran off like he always does. We had to go find him, which was actually a whole lot easier. So one of the things I was going to do when we were at the costume shop, with the way, kind of the way that the whole guard system works and stuff, I had this idea of like stepping outside, finding a guard, and then asking for the gold-eyed dude, because I don't remember his name. Speaking to him, be like, hey, so our buddy Terry, do me a favor, tell me where he's at. Because I figured that dude would know. He would be able to, like, I don't know, go into his brain or something and figure out where Terrorless was. Like, that was going to be my easy way of finding Terry.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, can your guards arrest him and bring him to us, please?
Yeah.
So I can beat the shit out of him. Fucker. Oh, and then the Orca man in the bar.
Yeah, like that. I didn't even know that the facts behind that, like Orca and Moose.
Oh yeah, Nink's. We were. Oh, this was a joke conversation a long time ago. Brian brought it up because he says if you actually look into it, there are no documented cases of orcas attacking humans in the wild at all.
Wow.
There's not a single one. But orca carcasses, they find like moose antlers and moose parts in their stomachs. Some people have seen orcas grab a moose and just num. Because moose,
wow.
Yeah, because a big problem for a lot of larger mammal, like from elephants, right? A big problem with larger mammals is getting enough salt in their diet, like enough minerals. Right. So, like elephants in Africa will go find salt licks, even if it's in a cave. They'll visit it at night, break off salt with their tusks, and consume it.
Right.
For moose, kelp and seaweed and vegetation at the bottom of lakes and seas is a huge nutrient boost. So they'll dive down to try to get some. Unfortunately, evil orcas are waiting. So now I've opened myself up to everybody's going to try to get me all riled up and bitch about orcas, which I'm going to just play into because it's hilarious. So
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good encounter, though. I'm just going to walk up to the bar and we're going to have a problem.
Yep. You going to have a problem there, bud?
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then, of course, Ty decided to go ahead and, I guess, at least momentarily, privately get a joke started with Tala. The female gnome artificer.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were gone, so I couldn't freaking do it. I couldn't RP it. So next time we're in that bar, I'm gonna, hey, Willie. Yeah.
Well, so to be completely honest, I was actually going to go talk to her. And I had like this whole thing in my head of how I was going to act as I talked to her. But then, boom, like all of a sudden, we all left the tavern and we're doing this other thing now. I was like, oh, damn.
Well. But next time we come back, man, I'm like, oh, yeah, look, future ex Mrs. Obesidian right there. Like, oh, yeah, he's smart. He's handsome. Yeah, I'll go with him. Oh, Shadowblade. God damn it. Why? Oh, that'd be awesome. Willie finds love.
Knowing Tyler, I'm sure he created Tala for a reason.
Yep.
So we'll just have to see where that goes, how it plays out.
I mean, I don't want to say this to change your mindset anyway, but would that not be an amazing character conflict? Because right now you got a bad enough struggle it is now with Shadowblade. Mm-hmm. You tack on, okay, now he's, like, you love your friends, whatever, but we all know romantic love is different than familial love. So what's he gonna do if he's got a choice between the Shadowblade and its powers and his love?
Right. No, absolutely. And I mean, and I've thought about that. I mean, it's definitely, it would definitely be another obstacle, I suppose, when it comes to the battle of morality that he's going through right now.
Yep. Because basically, if you go down this path, you're closing off this one. It's done.
Right. Well, and if you look at, and I don't think this is putting anything out there that it's not any kind of spoiler or whatever, but if you look at WIllhelm's backstory, nowhere in his backstory is there any record, mention, anything of loves, marriages, children, nothing. I mean, the only family was his parents and then, before that, so his ancestors. But, there's no mention whatsoever of family or relationships or love or kids or anything like that. And so, he spent 130 years by himself.
Yeah.
Up until he met, all of these guys. And so for me, thinking about how WIllhelm would react to this, I mean, obviously in travels, he's seen other female gnomes. But, this is a point where, this is specifically a female gnome who is an artificer. Mm-hmm. So, there's a common interest there. And it could be one of those where, you start off with comparing notes and knowledge about artifice and all these things, and then something develops from there. And so it could be one of those things that just eventually smacks him in the face, not even seeing it coming or whatever the case may be. And at the same time, as that's developing, he's got this other thing over here that I think would try to distract him from that development. But look, we don't have time for that. We have these things to do. And so, yeah, it could definitely put Wilhelm in an absolute struggle. So, yeah, we'll see.
Well, two things. I hope you end up at least becoming friends with her, because I want Chef Bot for the airship, because that's hilarious. Two, I hope you open with, and I inspected your work and it's pretty shoddy craftsmanship. Just open like bashing, like being a dick. She looks over Misfit. Yeah, well, da 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 da. Like,
yeah,
that'll be funny.
Well, and actually, that was part of my plan. So, like, I don't want to give too much away because I want to kind of be a surprise for everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, part of my plan was because I took that time and sat and tried to figure out how to improve on ChefBot. And so that was going to be part of my opening was, hi, how you doing? Whatever. My name's Wilhelm. Happen to notice your work in the kitchen, and I have these ideas to make it better.
Smooth.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah. No, it's perfect. It's freaking perfect for Wilhelm. Like, not, hey.
I mean, he doesn't like you said, romantic love is completely different, and he's never had it per se, so he doesn't fully understand it. So to him, it's business. It's one artificer to another, and be like, hey, I saw you work pretty cool, but look, there's issues, and I can help you make it better. So,
I love it.
We'll see how that goes.
I love it so much.
Now, the problem is going to be when Tyler has me start making any type of charisma check for that developing relationship, because charisma is my dump stat.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? If the party's anywhere near you, every buff spell we have available is going to be going right to that check.
Guidance, bless, flash of genius.
Oh yeah. Enlarge, like, I don't know, like, for everything. God, please work. Yeah. So we, saw the town, looked around, decided, like, okay, you got creeped on at night.
Oh, yeah.
You yelled at my poor dog.
I didn't yell at him. I just looked at him and went, Misfit. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't wake up to like a knife to your throat, so Misfit did his job.
Well, true.
So anyway, yeah, so we found out about where to meet, went out there, and then frickin' Gurn.
Well, hold on. Let's back up, right? Let's talk about the typical terrorless response, right?
Oh, God.
Wilhelm stands there and goes, oh, yeah, that's the guy that tried to kill me last night. Here goes Terrorless, Eldritch Blast. Just immediately, it's like, wait, what?
Oh, I know. Fucking guy. Well, I mean, he's playing it like, hey, yeah.
You said he tried to kill you, so we're going to kill him.
Yep. Takes off his freaking ear.
Yeah. Yeah, he was already missing one. Terrorless took off the other one. So, anyway, yep, found a pirate guy. Well, the guy who talked about the job that the now earless person actually posted. So, the whole reason that we're there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that dude shady as all get out.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking
pirate lord, yeah.
Yeah. It was mine and I want it back.
Yeah, well.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, where we're going to pick up in the next session. I mean, immediately. It's All right, welcome to the next session, blah, blah, blah. Everybody roll.
Oh, yeah. Like,
So,
we had 3 hours on that island. I am still completely at a loss. Have no idea what to do.
oh, yeah.
Like, left turn, like, all right, let's just see how this goes. Let's just do what we do best, go exploring, fuck shit up, and hope for the best. Because
Yeah, pretty much.
I have no idea.
Pretty much.
I still
All
have
right. Say again.
I still have a secret hope that we actually somehow, some way befriend that dragon. Because I just want to picture Gordie and WIllhelm having their morning coffee, watching sunrise. All of a sudden, you hear a wing beat, and then the dragon comes and joins us for coffee. That'd be Oh my god! Mwah.
Yeah, I mean I don't know, dude. We're a pretty stacked group. We're pretty strong. We're pretty powerful. I don't know that we could take out an ancient gold dragon.
No.
So we might have to bind, gag, incapacitate, chairless whenever we actually meet the dragon, for 2 reasons. 1, so that he doesn't do some dumb shit and try and kill it. 2, so he doesn't try to seduce it. I mean, so.
Yeah, I mean, I know Terry, it will be hilarious when Terry does the typical D&D bard thing and try to seduce a dragon. This ain't the one to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Gordie, is that a Navi named Gold Dragon? Oh, Navi damned. A Gold Dragon, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, that's just Dave. Yeah, he's coming for coffee. Yeah, I couldn't pronounce his name, so I just named him Dave.
Yeah, we were going back and forth between Dave and what, like Jim Bob or something?
Yeah, Jimbo.
Jimbo, yeah.
It's coming right for us. Yeah. So yeah, I suppose John Mellencamp's heard so good plays in the background. Wow. But yeah, so I think that basically covers. Oh, Gurn going after the bracer.
Yeah, I mean, we know Gurn to be a fighter. We know Gurn to not back down, take no shit, that kind of stuff. But to see him, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word.
Charge in like a fucking knucklehead.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, him barging in he was overtaken. Like,
yeah.
It's not greed. I can't think of the word now. But yeah, just kind of something took that focus, overtook him a little bit, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I need that," and just charged in.
Well,
so
Cord told him that the owner of the other bracer was not worthy.
Yep.
He's like, all right, time to prove myself.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens to Gurren, or I guess how strong he becomes once he has both.
I just hope he doesn't have to kill him.
I think we could subdue him. I mean, get him to the point where he realizes that he has no choice.
Yeah. Subdue, yeah. I just hope he doesn't kill him.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because of the bracers, you're hoping he doesn't have to die? Oh, I got you.
Well, just because we just got to the frickin' island, we met the contact, and we're already fucking fighting him. Like, really?
Yeah. Well, but, with the what is it, a raven or a crow or whatever it is that's following us?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that Gurren's absolutely right in the fact that we kind of have an idea who's looking through the eyes of that bird.
Yeah.
And so I think defeating this pirate lord, one way or the other, whether it's done through subdue or death. I don't know. I kind of feel like we'll gain favor regardless, because we've taken out a problem. So that could gain us favor toward friendship with an ancient beast.
Yep.
So I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting.
Well, it's either that or a loose arrow accidentally flies and hits the crow in the middle of combat.
True. I guess Wilhelm could be like, wait, where's everybody going? What are we doing? And just spin around and have a accidental discharge from the shield cannon.
Oh my God. Why did you have to put it that way? God damn it.
Look, that is proper terminology for firearms.
God damn it. Oh,
just because you need to bleach your brain.
Oh, it's gone. Long gone. Well, I guess one other part of the island that was really fucking telling. So the main city feels like a utopia. I mean, it feels a little like We Happy Few, brainwashy, fucking culty. Hive mind. Town's nice. It's clean. It's orderly. Yada yada yada. As soon as we stepped out and we saw those people, like I'm just gonna be careful with the description because it was a little on the graphic side, but basically we found strung up dragon hunters that have been skinned, and the placard describing how do I sum it up?
You either obey us or this is what happens to you.
Yeah, and something along the lines of don't harvest dragons for their skin kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it was if I remember right, I think it was kind of like, an old adage where the old belief that if you're going to hunt animals, you're supposed to use every part of the animal for something. And whereas like these dragon hunters allegedly hunting for sport and trophy and not for, sustenance and that kind of stuff. And so there was that concept of, don't do it for sport.
Yeah.
If you're going to kill a creature, use it the way it needs to be used. Use it for, feeding yourself, feeding your family, making clothes, whatever. So...
But it definitely gave us an insight into the Vision in Gold's mind.
Right.
Because that got mine and Gordie's wheels turning. That, okay, he's got a really big thing about, like, as soon as we disembarked, they said, no killing dragons, items that are used by, or made by using dragon parts are no. So I think he either had a close encounter with dragon hunters, his parents were killed, or maybe his mate, or maybe a child or something was taken out by dragon hunters. So now he's like, okay, I'm going to make a utopia where dragons can survive.
Right.
Like, because we all know in the lore of the realms, like dragons used to dominate. Them and the giants fought it out for dominance. So maybe this guy's trying to make a place like the empires of old.
Yeah.
So
a dragon sanctuary.
Yeah. I don't know. That'll be, interesting if we do have a dialogue with him. Say, hey, yeah, if we ever fought a dragon, at least for us, it was pretty much for survival.
Right.
So we never had a, hey, let's go just out of the blue. Hey, yeah, there's a dragon. Let's go kill it. We never had one of those missions. It's always been, holy shit, there's a dragon coming to eat our face. Like, yeah. So at least we have that going for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. And it'll be interesting to see how long it takes us to, and a lot of it depends on us. You know, when you think about game time, how long it'll take us to explore the island. Because, you know, so we've been told there's places that we're not allowed to go. Okay.
You just made a stop list for us.
Yeah. And then there's the castle on the mountain. And if I remember right, we were told to absolutely not go there. I'm guessing that might be his lair or, you know, something like that.
Oh, I think the castle and the mountain are separate. As he described the forest, there's a couple pockets of forest that are sanctuary for druids.
Right.
Then there was the castle, and then the mountain itself was the dragon's lair. So I guess like the castle is... hey, White Pigeon, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the castle and the mountain were separate.
Yeah, there was. So there's the Darkwood. I just pulled my notes out. There's the Darkwood, and we can go the first 3 miles or so. We're good. Mintarn Mountain. That's where the shepherd lives.
Yeah.
And then the castle is completely off limits.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I still want to do a lot more exploring. We got to find people that we can talk to without, you know, worrying about Big Brother's watching. Because Ty wants to know what the fuck is going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So.
Yeah, I guess that pretty much covers Mintarn, eh?
Yeah.
So far.
I mean, we'll keep everyone posted as we play and get the videos up. Everybody can follow the adventure.
I've been doing better about keeping the videos posting. Doesn't take me 2 weeks anymore.
Well, I mean, once you got past having to upload, 14 hours worth of video, makes it a little bit easier when you only have one or two to do.
Oh God, yeah. Like the Siege of Mirabar. Oh my God, the amount of editing Anyway, moving on. So yeah, one other thing I wanted to talk about today, that it's a topic that always interests me during character creation, is the background feature of character creation.
Right.
And what it kind of means for your character. Like we were talking before the show. WIllhelm went, which one again?
I went Rakdos Cultist. But it's like I said too, I mean, honestly, the only reason I chose that background was for the extra spells.
Yeah.
And that's kind of crappy, I suppose, to be honest. Because it can take away from character development. But I will. So here's what I'll say: the very first time I ever developed WIllhelm, back in April of last year, the Artificer was slightly limited due to availability of resources.
Yep.
And so the actual background that I wanted to choose wasn't available. Because I wanted to go Clan Crafter. Because that fits. It fits. That background fits WIllhelm. But it wasn't available. And so I think I went a Simic Scientist or something, because originally, again, based on original conception of WIllhelm, it was the Ebron Artificer. So once Tasha's became available with all of that stuff, there was that quick respec where I was able to actually do the backstory of WIllhelm that I wanted, being from Rua and all those kinds of things. And then over time, I learned the different guilds and things like that. and saw the extra stuff from Rakdos, and I'm like, I'm just going to do that and give myself some extra spells.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you know, if you go a heavy charisma-based character or a chatty guy, you know, courtier, charlatan is a big one. Noble, you know, something that gives you a little extra leverage when you're trying to when you're talking to people. You know, Gordie and I'd say most barbarians just go Outlander, because that's what you are. You know, druids often go hermit, because I mean, unless you've got a specific narrative, like for example, my cleric Ovar over Breakgrid, he's a trickery domain cleric, you know, heavy into using cards and dice and poker chips as a spellful guy. With him, I actually took the gambler background, which, you know, obviously has certain extra benefits whenever you're making checks using, you know, it's super niche. You're not going to use it very often, but when you do, it's a really fun RP moment. So I just find it interesting when you get a chance to kind of not just take, you know, like every time I make an artificer, they get Clancrafter because
yeah. Well, when I created Barioceres, I chose the Far Traveler back.
Oh.
Because the Loxodons aren't from Toril or the Sword Coast area.
Right.
And that's where all of our stuff was happening. And so choosing Far Traveler made sense because there weren't that many of us in these lands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that one I actually chose what I felt was a proper background.
Yeah.
So, and like the one that we were talking about yesterday, I think it was the new one I just created for Poops and Chuckles, the Shatterkai. Excuse me, the Shatterkai Rogue. I took the criminal spy background.
Yeah.
Because story-wise, the development-wise, that would be the intent, or was the intent behind that character, is the criminal spy type, you know, in it for himself, bad attitude, kind of, you know. But you're right. I mean, we have seen a lot of people talk to a lot of people take backgrounds based on the benefits they gain from that background, not necessarily whether or not it's fitting for their character.
Yeah. Like in Strixhaven backgrounds can, like, honestly, well, think about it. Like, if you go Variant Human or Tasha's Custom Lineage, and you take a Strixhaven background, that's 2 fucking free feats at level 1. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Like, you know, I'm all for making a strong character, but that's...
Yeah, I think that if I were to DM somebody, this is just my own personal, but if I were to DM somebody that wanted to do that, I mean, first of all, I'd be like, hey, kudos that your brain works that way. Like, you really thought this through and thought, how can I gain advantage up front? But you better have one hell of a justification and one hell of a backstory for me to agree, you know, to you starting out that way.
Oh, 100%. Like, I don't want to hear, oh yeah, you know, Aaron was a professor at Strixhaven. Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Try again.
And actually, I've been reading online and on Reddit and that there are quite a few tables that if you're not playing the Strixhaven module, it's straight up banned. Like,
right.
Do not take that background because,
right.
I mean, can you blame DMs? Like,
right, absolutely. Well, then look at the DMs that they're pretty OG and they actually don't want to allow MTG at the table, period. You know what I mean? Which I get. You know what I mean? There's those people that are hardcore D&D, and MTG it's not D&D, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so they don't allow that stuff at their table. And I get that.
Well, even with when I asked you guys to play Tyranny of Dragons, when we had that brief conversation of what kind of campaign it was going to be, I did say, like, you guys, I'm trying not to limit you guys, but could you kind of pick more traditional races? Because there's a lot. Because I went through and I read the whole freaking thing, and there's a lot of cool shit in the module if you are specific races, and most of them involve basic PHP or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And I get that if a DM's trying to go for a certain flavor in your module or a certain campaign, and you got like a freaking Leonin, and you got a zoo for a party, and you're like,
yeah,
okay. I mean, this is coming from a guy that plays a fucking talking moose, but
we don't. Actually, I think, until Vernon comes back. Yeah, you're the only animal.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'm the freak. It's okay. I'm okay with that. I got cool horns.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if I can, like, as an intimidation factor, just use the burning hands to make it light up, like my whole horns wreathed in fire, like. Cool.
Well, doesn't burning hand say that you? So there's produce flame that produces a flame in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Burning hands doesn't do that, though, does it? It's just a cone of fire.
Don't take it away from that.
No. I'm trying to help you.
Just rah! Like hellfire around Gordie. Like rah. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I like it. And a little shout out to Brian. He found an interesting little mechanic with the Fisher background that I certainly had no idea about. Did you ever hear him talk about it? So if you look at the Fisher background in the text, it basically gives you like an automatic success if you're telling a story involving if you're like a natural storyteller. And in RP, if you tell a story and someone listens to you for like a minute or so, you automatically succeed like charisma-based checks with them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, I might be getting it a little bit wrong, but it's somewhere along those lines of like an automatic, you're my best friend now.
Wow.
Yeah, like, it's wild. Yeah. So, like, when he told me about that, I actually went through and started reading some backgrounds. I'm trying to find little niche ones, like, okay, there's got to be something else like this.
Ooh, yeah, I still need to. I mean, I know several ones, but I don't know by no stretch. So yeah, I mean, I still have a lot to learn about the different backgrounds and what they do and how they fit. And I think part of the thing that's confusing though is on some of them you'll have like Gladiator and then Gladiator Baldur's Gate, and I don't know if that's one of the ones, but there'll be like two different variants of the same background.
Yeah. Because I mean, Gladiator, I'm pretty sure it's just a variant of Performer.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, you'll have some that say Baldur's Gate or, whatever. It's like they're specific. And I don't really know what the difference is between like this one and the one that says Baldur's Gate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know the difference between the two, but
yeah.
So.
Well, and actually, I recently was looking at the acquisitions and corporate backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Failed Merchant on there.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way in the future, I want to make a character using that background because that makes me laugh. Like, how am I going to play it? Is he the son of a major merchant conglomerate and he fucked around and ruined the whole family business and now he's going for redemption? Or like, I just need to to use it. It sounds so much fun. Like, just,
Yeah.
I'm kind of a doofus, but I'm here to make my name right,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I guess that's one thing we should be happy about. Since you bring up AI, I think AI is cool in the respect that if you want to run a campaign where, it's based around business and merchants and trading and all those kinds of things, right? I'm glad Tyler didn't introduce that to us once we started becoming more business minded. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, you guys want to, because we have three taverns now, 3 locations.
Mm-hmm.
We have started an air transport service, which is currently not running because we have the airship in Mintarn.
Hey, man.
But yeah, there's we actually have those business aspects to the game now. But Tyler's kind of taking care of most of that. So yeah, I'm appreciative of that.
Yep.
So.
Well, I mean, what's the point in getting a frickin' airship if you're not allowed to,
Oh, no, I know. We just have to work on getting more. That's all.
More airship. You want a fleet? You want the Besadarian air fleet?
Well, so, okay. Here's what we need, right? We need some smaller ones. We don't need the big 30K like the one that we're flying in.
Yeah.
Like, we're flying in a warship, almost.
Yeah, he said it's not quite a man of war, but it's still...
Yeah. Yeah. So we need, passenger airships. You know what I mean? Maybe 20, 30 passenger size airships. And those are what gets used for the air transport business.
Yeah.
So, and I think maybe in the future, if we have, so when you look at actual ships, right, you've got your naval destroyers, and then you have, your big battleship and your destroyers, and then they kind of just get smaller and smaller, but you have those medium-sized ones that still have the guns and the armament to help protect your flanks and those kinds of things. So, I mean, if we have this, warship-style airship that we fly on, we need, these 2 smaller, slightly armed or armored, as protectors. Man, I'm not able to find words this morning.
Oh, it's hey, man. Saturday morning, brain shut off, we're not at work, whatever.
Yeah. So.
Oh, man, I wonder, even a smaller airship, because it costs, what was the total cost to get yours up and running?
30.
30?
30K.
And that's with basically refurbishing a broken one.
Yeah.
So how much, even just for a small one, to build it from the ground up?
Well, are you talking about armed and armored, or just a passenger?
Well, I mean,
like a merchant ship.
Well, I mean, if you want to build the business out and make it like a passenger or just a cargo shuttling ship, still got to defend it. I mean,
well, right. So I think based on some of the stuff that Tyler said, if we wanted because I think we could combine it, have it like a merchant ship that carries both cargo and passengers, and then throw a couple guns on it. Hire a couple adventurers to be guards or whatever. But I think for something like that, I think we're probably looking easily 15 to 20K.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be decent size. Like you said, especially if you're going to haul cargo and passengers. Yeah, I think you're talking 15 to 20K, because I think probably 7 to 10K of the one we're on now was all of the arming of it.
Yeah, that's true. It is pretty heavily armed, yeah.
Yeah, so... And them damn wyvern riders better be damn glad they didn't scratch my deck.
Oh, that was fucking funny. Oh, God.
Dude, if they would have scratched it, I promise you, I would have shot at them.
Oh, yeah.
I would have shot at them. They're like, oh, hell no.
I just built it. You know how long this took? Fuck you. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, little Wilhelm walking up like, hey, asshole. Get your fucking flying lizard and kick rocks. Like, yeah.
Oh, me. Well,
I guess that's pretty much got her, eh, bud?
yeah.
I guess I gotta go and make sure the party's all ready and make sure Jess isn't killing herself, getting everything ready. So
Yeah. Well, does Say know how to host? If I kick my Twitch on, does Say know how to host through the Moose Water? Do you know?
Say, do you know how to host through the Moose Water? Might be on a delay, so we gotta wait a minute.
Well, that's true, huh?
Oh,
He says he does.
Okay, you can do it. Yeah, you're doing that because I got shit I gotta do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess we'll wrap this up, and I'm gonna go kick on the PlayStation, pop up some Sniper Elite. Let me know, because I might just go ahead and continue on with the game that I've been doing, because I'm ready to start the next mission.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what I'm gonna do is, also your DM was watching.
Holy shit! Is White Pigeon Tyler?
Well, son of a. So he comes up with this crazy ass, like, why pigeon? I would never associate why pigeon with Tyler.
Well, just like we had a subscriber on the YouTube, and one of the names was I do not know how to YouTube. I'm like, I swear to God, that's Tyler.
Yeah.
Just sounds like him.
Well, all right. Well, welcome, sir. So I think that, because, like I said, I don't Twitch much. Well, no, I Twitch once in a while, but I don't stream to Twitch once in a while. So I'm guessing if I have my headphones active, or actually I use an earbud that plugs into my controller, that will carry my voice over through Twitch, right? From the PlayStation?
Yes. Yeah, just double check the settings. You have to check off when you click the share button, and there'll be some settings in there. It'll say enable audio, voice audio. So make sure that's checked off, because that was a mistake I made.
Okay. And then probably what I'll do is I'll put in my other ear, I'll have my Bluetooth, and I'll just I'll be on Discord on my phone.
Yeah.
That way I can chat with whoever wants to chat with in Discord, and then also, because I think a game like Sniper Elite, if you're playing it and there's no audio, like people don't know what you're doing or whatever, it's like, well, what is this? What is that? What you doing?
Yeah.
So I can enable that audio too. But yeah, I mean, if you ever get a chance, once you get everything settled down, if you have some time before the actual party kicks off, let me know, and that way I know that you're watching, and I can try and show you some of the different mechanics to it, so that when you do get it, you have a little bit of a leg up.
Yeah, I'll probably have you on my phone while I'm sticking around, but anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of Gordie and WIllhelm in the morning.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
All that fancy stuff. So I'll go ahead and play us out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, rewind.
Gordie
You big moose.
and WIllhelm
The grumpy gnome.
in